Hi guys, so I just watched the latest episode of The Walking Dead. It's called Swear. First and foremost, I want to say that the first thing that I noticed was they changed the opening sequence, which is obviously a big deal because I haven't done it in such a long time, and even my husband noticed it whenever we were watching. This episode, a lot happened. We were introduced to Oceanside, a brand new community. Even they had ties with the Savior. They killed all of their men, which I thought was pretty crazy. Also, I absolutely loved Tara. I love that this episode was completely just her episode. Well, her and Heath. But it's been, I believe, 9 episodes since the last time that we saw her. And I mentioned in some of my previous videos that I was really excited but not excited to see her again. But only not excited because she obviously has to figure out what happened to Abraham, Glenn, and Denise, which crushed her, obviously, as you could see in the end of the episode. But this episode had her humor, her little sarcasticness. Now, I'd like to think that I would be a person like Michonne, like a warrior type, but as far as humor goes, I would definitely be more of a Tara. Also, she's one of the people, and they mentioned this on The Talking Dead, and they also mentioned it on The Walking Dead, is she's one of the few characters left that she immediately wants to think good of people. I mean, she's obviously weary of people, like she snuck into Oceanside to kind of get a vibe for them, but she wants to think the best of people. She wants to see the good in people. She wants to see the good in the world. She always has like a positive outlook on everything, which, I mean, other characters have that positive outlook, but they're more hardened than she is. And I also think she's pretty underrated as a character. Like, she's definitely not, well, like, she's not really anybody's favorite character. I'm sure that plenty of people out there love her, and people out there have her as a favorite character. But you have to realize that she came from, the governor. She started with the governor. She started in a bad group, and she came over to the good side. She wanted to be a good person. I can still picture her in my head whenever Herschel was beheaded, freaking out. Like, he just chopped a guy's head off with the sword. I'm not doing this. This is insane. And then she had the whole connection with Glenn, which I thought was great. But just her character, I've seen her character come a long way, and I just really, really like her. Also, at the end of the episode, she didn't tell Rosita about Oceanside, which I understand where she's coming from. She might tell them in the future, and I might have told them in the future, but I definitely wouldn't have told about them right then, just for the simple fact that, it's just not a huge group of burly big men, like, out to save the day or anything. They're women and children that want to be hid, so I understand where she was coming from whenever she didn't tell Rosita about that. One thing that absolutely broke my heart was when, she was coming through the fence. She had on her cute little sunglasses, and, she was ready. She was excited to see everyone, and Eugene just opens the gate, and she just knows. I mean, they just know the look that they give each other, and I think Eugene's also a really precious person, too, in the show. And whenever she was in the infirmary with the little bobblehead doll, that just, I don't know, it just broke my heart because she's such a nice person, and I don't like seeing harm come to anybody. It makes me emotional, like, every time, but I just feel so bad for her because, her whole family's gone. I mean, comparatively to some characters, she has been there a very long time. She was introduced at the prison with the governor and his group, but, I mean, think of all the people that were introduced at the prison that are either still here that we absolutely love, like Michonne. I mean, it's obviously a little bit earlier, but she was introduced at the prison, and she's one of the top favorite main characters. And also Tyrese and Sasha were introduced at the prison, too. Now, you guys know, Tyrese is obviously my favorite. But, I mean, Sasha is up and coming, too. She was kind of a minor character, but I see her becoming a main character. But Tara hadn't really got that slot yet, She's still kind of in the background, but I can see her becoming big now. But in the future, I can definitely see her and some other people, possibly Rosita, going to Oceanside. I think that would be really nice, if they're not shot on sight as soon as they get there. So now the Walking Dead universe has gotten a lot bigger. We have Daryl and Jesus and Carl on their way to the sanctuary. Tara just found Oceanside. There's the hilltop with Maggie and Sasha. there is the Kingdom with Carol and Morgan. So, you know, we see all these communities coming together, and I'm very, very, very curious to see how it all plays out and how they all figure out about each other. How will Carol and Morgan get back to Alexandria? Is that going to be anytime soon? When is everybody going to get together? How's it going to happen? I'm really curious, but I like seeing the whole dynamic going at one time. Now, obviously, there's one thing I haven't mentioned, and it's because I really don't know what to think about it. And that's Heath. Now, we saw him in the beginning of the episode, and it really, really, really did let me down whenever he just, you know, went through the tarp and kind of left Tara. That really upset me. I didn't think he was that type of person. Even though he did make that speech in the RV, I just didn't see him being like that. But he did come back. He did redeem himself. He did help save Tara. And now he's just gone into oblivion. Tara's back, but Heath is not. I'm wondering what happened. Where is he? Is he going to be another person or people that we just don't see again? Like the hospital, the Morales family from the beginning, the Vatos. I'm really hoping that they don't steer that way because I do love Heath. But it also tugged at my heartstrings whenever I saw the person that had the Heath ponytail. And obviously, we saw Tara's heart drop, and I was like, please, please, please don't be Heath. Please don't be Heath. Another thing that I want to mention, in case you don't watch The Talking Dead and you see this, the little tag that was left behind that said PPP, only Scott Gimple knows what that means. Chris Hardwick asked Tara what it meant, and she said that she didn't know, and she's been bugging Scott Gimple about it, and he won't even tell her. So hopefully there's something with that in the future. I think that's really cool. But yeah, guys, that's everything. Hope you guys have a good week. I'll be putting up some more new videos. Alright, like and subscribe. Have a great day.